Hello, so I wanted to do a video about my experience with Adornmonde, and I wanted to do a review and just tell about like my experience because there wasn't much online to sort of base off of for my purchase, and so I just figured maybe this might help because when I'm spending 240 or whatever, 200 plus dollars, like I want to know like what to expect. I got from Adornmonde the Black Friday mystery gift, and I also got two of the Frankie U Hoop lobe piercing in the 7mm. Packaging was the standard cardboard boxes with the wrapping paper, and then your order comes in this little envelope, and then it has like this little cute like serious stuff inside. And so the diamond pieces comes in these tin, which is really cute. And so each single pair comes in this, which is sold as singles. These will be great for traveling. I will say that, so love it. And then the mystery came in with this pouch. And then I got this little tag, which has their logo, the brand, Adornmonde. And then the shell ring, which is 14 karat on brass, I believe. So cute, not my style, most likely will gift it. But it said like it was a 134 value, so I was like, okay. So I guess in a way, like it subsidizes like the $200 plus that I spent on the 14 karat U Hoop diamond earring. Anyways, on to the diamond itself. So I wore it on my middle one. So obviously when you're a little bit more close up, you can see it. And also on the image, the website image, it looks like it's bigger, but in perspective, you know, it's sort of, you can't see it as nicely when it's far away. Like it sort of blends like a little bit bolder. Like with these, it sort of hides it. So just be aware of that. The other thing is like, you have to make sure that it's always laid correctly. For the most part, it does, but sometimes you might like sleep around and then it might shift like that. And so you just have to make sure that like you're just aware of that. So I have it on both ears. You can't really tell, like there. So in terms of, you know, installing it, if you want to call it, or like putting it in, it's really tricky. Like I'm not going to do it again. Like I recorded a clip and I can show you, but I'm not taking it out again because it is so exhausting and tedious. Not exhausting entirely. I mean, it takes like make sure that you commit like at least 45 minutes to it. Maybe some people are better with it, more tactile with their hand. I'm like medium. Basically, I had to use my own taper tool. They sell their own taper tool for like 36 on Black Friday, but I was not going to spend $36 on a taper tool when I can buy something on Amazon. And I don't entirely love Amazon, but anyways, I did have already paid taper tool. It wasn't the exact gauge, but it definitely helped because part of it is that post, I guess you could call it, is really thick, obviously, because it's like you have to screw it in. It's really hard to guide it into your ear, especially like for your second and third, especially your third. When the hole is really tight, you need something to guide it in. So I will say that. But even with a guide, I had to like really jiggle it. And so I'm not gonna like touch my ear again, but like you had to, in the video, in the clip you will see, but you really have to make sure you jiggle. I'm going to use this tool. This. And then I have to keep pushing it around, like, and I'm using this tool also, like pushing into it. Like I think, and then I have to like keep, okay, there. And then I push it all the way through. Like, I literally have to stretch it out. And then once you have that on, this is gonna be like the tricky part because sometimes I get all really sweaty. Like, this is so tiny. Like, I don't even know if you can like see how. Sometimes I might do like this. I might use like a tweezer like this. And then what I'll try to do is literally oh my god. Okay. Okay. So then it's in. So my third is irritated. I also slept with it in my third. So just be warned, like you have to really jiggle it around and really push and shove it in because you're trying to open the hole. And part of it is also like for me, I have to like spread it a little bit or like, you know, while I'm pushing it in. On my first one, it's a little bit easier. Like I don't have to do a taper tool. Second and third, I have to use a taper tool. To screw it in, the diamond, it has such a short post, like maybe like 2 millimeter of like screwing. It's really hard to like guide it. And I get it, like part of it is like if they gave any more, then that's even more cost because that's more gold that you're using. So it's really tricky. So I think on the website they use like a putty and then they use like this tool. I use a tweezer on this one, which I think is in the video, and then on this one I used a putty. Thank god I had it. So there's like an eraser putty, you know, I had back in my drawing days, and so I use this and I just use like this little thing. You can use like any other stick, and then I sort of formed it to this. I made sure that the tip was like sharp, and then I just like put the stud on top of it, and then I try to like spin it around like that and try to get in, which I did try this on this one and it was not successful, and then on this one it was successful. So it's like trial and error, on and off. And I also use gloves, latex gloves, so that also sort of helped because I was starting to sweat. I love the earring, but for $200, the finessing and whatnot, I'd rather just stick to vintage, to be honest, or even spend a little bit more on some kind of in-store jewelry shopping kind of experience. Again, I love it. I do wish I had, and this is my error, like I wish I had gotten the 5mm on my ears because I wanted to wear it on my third specifically, because when I wear the 7mm on my third, there's a little bit gap. Like it doesn't have this way where it like literally sits at the bottom of your lobe, but it works perfectly for my second and my first lobe piercing, but just my third, it doesn't work. So if I had $200, like if I found $200 on the ground, I probably would get like another set for my third one in 5mm. But again, I bought it on Black Friday, so it's final sale, so I'm gonna, you know, there's nothing I can do. But I probably will not spend additional money from my own pocket to buy another set. And I probably won't buy another earring unless there's like something really, really gorgeous, but most likely I'm just going to stick on vintage jewelry. But again, you know, it's a specific style and you have to be aware of what you're getting into. So it seems like there was like another person who reviewed and like said that there was like soreness, but on the third day it like went away. So I think obviously your body has to get used to your ear piercing getting stretched out. So anyways, I hope that you enjoy this review. Hopefully this helped. And if you have any other question that I might be able to help you with, you can comment down below and I'll get to it. Double kisses. Mwah, mwah. Have a gorgeous day. And yeah.